As I'm sure you know, that COVID just shifted the whole landscape of how church is done. And for many churches, particularly those who have been declining over the last couple of decades, COVID really just took off the covers and exposed a lot of the vulnerabilities that churches have been experiencing and really accelerated the demise of many. And so, how do we find those churches who are in those final stages, I hate to say, of the life cycle, and help them to revitalize and maybe even close or merge with other ministries? That seems to be one of the biggest challenges that we're facing now. There's also some apathy in leaders who have been burned out. I mean, I talk to leaders all the time about just the effects, the traumatic effects of COVID and how they had to deal with the sickness, the disease, deaths, grief, the trauma in their communities and in their churches, and how many of them became burned out because of what was taking place, and how to help them to recover. So that has been one of the greatest challenges. I think we're coming out of it slightly, but there's still much more work to be done. Opportunities, I think it's just a tremendous time for the church to capture the wave of emerging generations who have a greater passion and desire to know more about Christ and his church, and to find ways to connect with them. One of the things I laugh a lot about this, and I tell people now, that God changed the culture of the church in a matter of 3 weeks. People who were not on any kind of streaming platforms were scurrying, trying to get on Facebook and YouTube and other platforms. And so it just shifted the digital culture of the church in a matter of weeks. And so now helping those churches to understand how to take it to the next level and to create ministries that are engaging for their congregants who may never come back through the doors or never come through the doors of the church. I think, number one, they need to not be afraid to explore, to learn, to be willing to be retooled, understanding that it's not going back to where it was. That culture of the church is gone. And we need to find new ways and more effective ways to connect to our cultures and to emerging generations. So not be afraid to learn, not be afraid to say that I don't know. A lot of times people put on that mask, put on the Superman outfit and say, I know everything. But it's okay to say, I don't know, and be willing to seek assistance from people who do know. And then probably the third thing is to be vulnerable enough to say, I need help, whether it be financial resources, whether it be human resources, whether it be mental health resources, spiritual formation development. I think those are three of the most key factors that leaders need to be willing to address in this season.